Good morning, Facebook. Welcome to Life with Annie. My name is Annie, and it's a very, very rainy day here where I live. So I thought I would just make a rainy day breakfast. I haven't had my cup of coffee, so I'm going to go ahead and fix that while y'all are, if anybody's awake or at home, if you want to join in. I got this new little coffee thing. I'll show you in just a second. It's really cute. And it's compact, and that's what I like about it because it doesn't take up so much room on my counter. Get my one little cup of coffee poured and show it to you. I actually got this from Avon. And it's a coffee creamer set, and let me turn it where the words are all together. And it's really cute. The bottom one is for your sugar, and I got my sugar in there. The middle one says shaker. I guess that's for people who do fancy coffee drinks, which I don't, because I don't know what I would put in that shaker. It's got the little holes, so mine's empty. And then the top one is for your cream. It's got the little spout on it, and they just kind of stack on top of each other. I just thought it was real cute, so I picked one of those up, or ordered one at least. Okay. So the breakfast casserole that I'm making today is kind of similar to the one that I made last week, but I was trying to use up some things that I had in the house that if I didn't, use up soon, they were going to probably go in the trash in a few weeks. So, so good. Okay, so the recipe is, it's called sausage and crescent roll casserole, and it's kind of similar, like I said, to the one I made last week for Mother's Day. But it's a little bit different, so I thought I'd give it a whirl and see. So the first thing that I'm going to do, let's move that to the side. You take 1 tube of your crescent rolls, and I already opened mine. And I know that I have some people that are joining in from other countries now, so I don't know if you get this in your part of the world, but they're just crescent rolls. It's just like a biscuit dough that you roll into little crescent shapes. But if you can't find that, you could probably always put a pie crust down at the bottom, or just mash some biscuits out if you want to use that. So you just press this into the bottom of your pan, your 9 by 13 inch pan. It does not say to grease it, so I'm not going to do that since it doesn't tell me to. I'm just going to spread this around. Pull it back this way a little bit. I got a couple of holes. It looks like somebody's looking back at me. I'm just going to kind of pat that down into the pan. It can come up the sides if your pan's not quite large enough. And seal your little perforations where the dough can be torn apart. Make sure you seal those up. If you don't have everything sealed, I'm sure it'll be perfectly fine. All right, and I'm going to give my hands a wash real quick. Now here in South Carolina, we have had quite the rainfall since last night. I know when I went to bed, there were some big claps of thunder around, and I heard it sounded like the the roof was going to cave in. It was raining so hard. And it was raining pretty hard again this morning when I woke up. It's kind of slacked off a little bit now, so. Okay, so we've got our crust down. The next thing we need to do is it calls for a pound of cooked sausage. And I always, when I buy my meats, I usually pre-cook them, fry them up, drain them up, and then I bag them up and put them in the freezer, date them. So I'm going to put the first bag on there. And this one I labeled Piggy. I always come up with something. If I can get it open. Well, I've never had trouble getting a Ziploc bag open before. Okay, so pour that in. And then we're just going to kind of spread that around on top of the crescent roll dough. This looks like it'll be a hearty breakfast for sure. And one that you can always, cut into squares, package it up, and eat it for breakfast throughout the week. Looks like there'll be enough for Matt and I to have a few little pre-made breakfasts next week. Okay. So that's all we do to that right now. The next part is you need 2 cups of grated cheese. Now the recipe calls for 1½ cups of mozzarella and ½ cup of cheddar. I did not have any mozzarella in the house, but I did have the cheddar, so I'm going to use that, and I'm started grating it up. Let me see if I have enough at this point. This is a ½ cup measure that I've got here, so let's see. 1, 2, 3, and I need to grate just a little bit more. Finish that last ½ of a cup. And this is a neat little grater. I gave this away in my little giveaway a while back. My little Easter basket giveaway, I think it was. But it's a little container. And it comes with a little storage cover lid. And if you grate something up and you have extra, you can cover it up. This fits on top of that. And then it has the smaller grater that sits underneath. And I use this all the time. I got it off of Amazon, so if you want to go to Amazon and check it out. Not very expensive, but very useful. So, see if I can get another ½ a cup here. That should do it. Yeah. That's going to be our last ½ a cup. And I'll pour that in. Okay. All right. And then we're just going to set this little piece of cheese aside. We're just going to spread the cheese around. And then you need to mix up your liquid ingredients. Some cheese falling over the pan here. You'll need to mix up your liquid ingredients. And they are, and I'm trying to do this without my glasses, so see, 6 large eggs. So, crack those in here. And I do have my oven preheated at 375 degrees. Alright, I'm going to break these up a little bit. And while I'm stirring, I'm going to have a sip of coffee. And let's see, we need to add a half a teaspoon of salt and 1/4 of a teaspoon of pepper to this. And I'm just going to guess, it looks like about a half a teaspoon. And it also calls for a little dash of hot sauce or cayenne pepper. I buy the spicy sausage, so I'm not going to put it in this time. But you certainly could. It would not be too hot, I do not believe. Alright. Now let me make sure I've got everything. Yes. Okay, and we're just going to mix this together. Oh, it calls for a cup of milk. About to forget that. So I'm going to add a cup of milk in here. Now that's it. And then you're just going to pour this over your cheese and your sausage, and you're going to bake it for 35 to 40 minutes at 375. All right, that looks like it's done to me. So pour that over. You've got your eggs, you've got your meat, your dairy. You've got everything in there that you need for a nice Sunday breakfast. Okay, so that is our sausage crescent roll bake. I'm going to pop it in the oven real quick. A nice warm oven. And while I was preparing that last night, while I was planning to do that, I hadn't mentioned to Matt that I was going to make this casserole this morning. And, you know, he had done all these not errands, but chores, which I helped with everything. But he said, could you make me some pancakes in the morning? So I said, well, I've already laid out the stuff to make this breakfast casserole. I said, but I'll make you some pancakes because, you know, that'll be fine, because I usually make enough pancakes that I have extra, and I freeze them in little bags, date them, put how many are in there, and then you can grab that too for breakfast. So I'm just going to make, I don't have any pancake mixed up. We used all of that. So I'm going to use the next best thing. Either go to your store and buy pancake batter, or I use Bisquick. I think it's really good. And you can use milk or buttermilk. I didn't have buttermilk today. I know you can make buttermilk with like a cup of regular milk and like it's a tablespoon or a couple teaspoons of lemon juice or vinegar. Let it set for about 15 minutes and then you've got buttermilk. I've actually never tried that. I need to do that one day just to see how similar the flavor is. So I'm just making basic pancakes for Matt. I know you all have seen this, so I'm sure you don't need to sit here and watch me make pancakes. But I'll just stay on a little bit longer and then I will wish you a wonderful Sunday. I'm not probably going to do much of anything today. We did all our main chores yesterday, so I'm going to take it easy today. Let me grab one more fork over here. I'll be right back. Okay. So I've got 2 eggs. This particular Bisquick recipe is just the classic pancakes. It's 2 eggs, a cup of milk, and 2 cups of the Bisquick. So I'm just going to get these going. I'm going to go ahead and get some butter going on my little cooktop here. And add in 2 cups. I'm going to lean over the sink to do this. I don't know if anybody's out there can see this video because I'm having trouble seeing it myself. I know my signal wasn't that great last night when I did the summer tree, so if you don't see it, that's okay. It's just therapy for me. Practice for me. That's approximately 2 cups, and I may need to add a little bit more. So I'm just going to whisk this around. Get most of the lumps out. And you could use a whisk for this, but I'm not. I don't know if it's over here, my sink messed up, so. I'm not sure what time it is. My Safari drive is going to start at 9, so I usually like to get in there before it gets going too far in. Okay, so I'm just going to drop, I'm going to add just a little bit more Bisquick is what I'm going to do. So these were kind of a last minute thing, but Matt did work hard yesterday, so he deserves, if he would like pancakes with his breakfast casserole, I'll make them for him. Okay. Stir, stir, stir. Alright, so I'm just going to drop a couple of, this still may be a little runny, but I'm just going to get them going. And I'm going to wish you all a wonderful Sunday. I hope if you're in need of this rain that you're getting plenty of it. We're still in a drought, not as severe as it was. The last I heard, our lake around here was down. It was still like 7 feet. So we need the rain. So I'm not complaining. It's a good day to take a nap too. So I'm going to continue to make these pancakes for Matt. We'll call them Matt's pancakes. And our casserole is baking away in the oven. It looks like it's going to be really good. So stay safe out there wherever you are. If you have to travel in this weather, be careful. And I will see you again real soon. Thank you so much for watching Life with Annie. And if I don't see you out there, it's because nothing's showing up on my screen, so I don't even know if this video is broadcasting. So have a great day, everybody. Thanks for watching. Bye.